So can you tell us a bit more about, you touched on Ben Middlemas on Tuesday night. Tell us about Fletcher Holman as an acquisition in the January transfer window.
Yeah, I'm delighted with him. He knows Phil really well. We like his pace, we like his work rate, we like his finishing. He can play 2 or 3 different positions. And to have him permanently, I'm absolutely delighted. Completely and utterly delighted, along with Ben Middlemas. Yes, they're still young, but wow. Really excited to add their skill set to our group. That's really exciting, really important. If you look at the lads who played the other evening, Borland's only 18, but he was outstanding, and Michael on the wing. Wow. When we get him fully fit and fully match fit, his skill set's exactly what we need. So completely delighted in all of them, and I really feel positive about everything that we're doing.
And those latest 2, they're good to go. They're in the mix for this weekend.
Well, we'll find out. I'm going to just doubly make sure.
Okay. Any more acquisitions expected?
Watch this space. Not quite sure yet. But I got to weigh all of that up. Yes, we've lost Finn. Was I expecting that? No. Was I expecting Villa to let him go? No. I am so totally shocked in that. I think the standard of that boy, if I was Villa, I'd be definitely keeping him. No disrespect to them, because I believe probably the best left-sided attacking defender that I've ever had. Honestly. And to lose him is a big blow, but you know, when you look at who we've got, with Tom Wilson-Brown back, we've got Billy Kirkman stepped in the other night. I got to get them back up to speed, fitness-wise, and Michael, who can play down that side, and Snowden, who I can move over there. I got to try and get this right. Do I need another one of them, or I'm not sure yet, but we've got scope to do that if we want to. So can't thank the club enough, can't thank the chairman enough of his support and where we're going and what we're doing, and I can't thank that group enough. We have a siege mentality in there completely and utterly now. The whole world's against us, and I don't care. That makes us totally strong and totally dangerous. I'm glad it's happened. Bring it on.
With Finn, you did say you never know, but do we think a loan is now unlikely back from Middlesbrough?
He's a Middlesbrough player. I don't want to get involved in that.
Okay.
But he can only play for us, apparently. If that's true, I don't know. I have to check the portal, but then I'll have to ring everybody else just to make sure. Try and find someone who knows what they're doing. Would be nice, wouldn't it? Hello? Anybody there? Do you know what you're doing? No.
Let me ask you about Ryan Delaney's departure.
I'm pleased for Ryan. I've told him, when I told Tamisi, that he's not going to get next year. I'm bringing other people in. He's had to face that. He's had to see that. I've used him a couple of times. But long-term, players want to know whether they've got a long-term future. And I had to be honest with him and say that I didn't see him as that. So I'm delighted for him. Really delighted for him. I wish he did it in the summer, but you know, he's managed to get to Newport. That gives him a chance to get a longer deal from someone else, which is all it's about, really. So really delighted for him.
And with other players out of contract in the summer, obviously you've announced Gavin Kilkenny. You may not want to tell us about them, but are there negotiations behind the scenes, or do they wait till the summer for the rest?
Sean, you're going for it today, mate, aren't you?
Wish Andrew was here.
Yeah, where's Andrew? What's going on? Yeah, that's for me and the other players, but it's all about, can we get promoted? And that's what my focus is. Really? It might happen, it might not, I don't know yet. I really don't care about that. I'm trying to get a group together that is good enough to get us up this EFL ladder.
We talked about Salford last week before the postponement, so how do you assess playing them twice in 4 days?
Yeah, we got a tough schedule, and they're a very good team. Like their manager, like the way they play, like what they're doing, and it's a massive challenge for us, and I'm really looking forward to it. You know, I'm looking forward to the run-in. We're on a downhill slope now, so what we got to do, we've lost 3 points to these. You don't get promoted if you lose 6 points to 2 or 3 people. You don't. So we're ahead on the winning scale, but we're behind on the losing scale, if that makes sense. So what we need to do, when you look at what the ones who got promoted last year did, we're on target. We've got 14 wins, but we've got 6 defeats. So you can't have too many more defeats. So what I'm saying, we need to try and get at least 3 points out of 6 off of these lot. So, and we didn't get any points off of Morecambe last year, did we? So, you know, that wasn't good. Luckily, we picked up enough points for everywhere else. So let's see what we can do. And the next run of games, you haven't got to be a genius to see that the next 4 weeks, 5 weeks are absolutely vital. But it's the same for everybody, isn't it? You know, nobody's done anything yet. You got the chance to do things, and I'm really delighted with the atmosphere in there. We've already beaten 3 League One teams in this cup competition. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you could argue that is it their first team? Was it my first team the other night? I actually planned to play 1 centre forward the first half, 1 centre forward the second half, and I can prove that. So, you know, as long as we keep building, I've also got injury replacements now of the right areas with skill sets that I believe we might not have had. So Glatzel isn't as big a blow now. Now we've got Holman. So do you get what I mean? And Prince going back with Michael coming. You know, so that's what I'm trying to do. And I've just got to look at my squad now, who's fit, who's ready. With Wilson Brown back, I got Knight LaBelle coming back soon as well. So, you know, wow, the options are going to be stacked up, which is fantastic, because I'm going to need that over the next, I think, 6 weeks. We've got 3 games a week. Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday. And it might even get worse than that, you know. So it's great. We're definitely doing better than we did last year, and that was the target. But we need to keep going because we haven't done anything yet. I actually waved at the fans the other day because I felt really proud that we got to the quarter-final of that competition. I see that as an achievement. And I'm going to hold on to that and fight for it.
How much prep time for the specific games do you have, given all these tight turnarounds? I mean, 6 midweeks in a row is not the norm, is it?
No, it's less on the grass, but more talking and more showing and more in this room where we are now, great big gymnasium. We'll be walking through things. So got to be really careful how much we put into them. But that's why I've spliced it. I didn't use Tafazzoli. He's obviously going to play and start, you know. So your management comes into this, your game planning. This is what I said all along. We're going to need to make sure we have good relationships. What I need to do now is build some understanding of the new lads' skill sets and who they are and how they are and what they like and how they, and then fit that in and make them all fit in. And I've challenged my group to make this the best, smoothest transition for new people ever. Completely and utterly ever. It's gone slightly wrong because Finn was in my plans and I brought Borland to be with Finn, although Finn's already established because that developed Borland. I've got Holman coming to be with Phil. They know each other, so that makes it so much easier when you do. And I need to make them feel like they're at home. And I'm sure my group will do that because I'm really proud of my group's togetherness, mentality, scrapping ability, keeping clean sheets now, working towards that, not getting affected if we let one in, dealing with someone who's outplaying us, outpassing us, and then still being good enough to actually stop that and then overtake them with a couple of set pieces like we had to the other night. You know, so no one's going to take that away from what we're doing and what we're building. Our fans, the support they gave us the other evening, we look like a proper club in my opinion. So that's what you've got to become to climb the EFL. Do you know what I mean? That's all I've ever wanted to do, be as high up as I ever possibly can. And I had to leave my local area to do that because I didn't feel the ambition was there. I had a bigger ambition, so I've proved that I have done that. How many clubs in this area have been in the top flight? Bristol City for 1 year. They got promoted, relegated 4 times in a row after that. So I have taken 2 clubs to the Premier League. I played Premier League. I played League One. I played in all 4 divisions, so I should know what it is. And I want some respect from the people in the EFL and the FA. And you, I know how good my club secretary is, so I'm not having it. I'm sorry. I know how good my captain is as a captain. And I know he'll fight for everything, but he won't cheat to do it. So there you go.
Just one last one for me with the players. Are you also highlighting, I think, isn't it, the last 3 goals conceded have been a penalty and pretty much 2 worldies?
Was penalty? Was that really?
Well,
How soft was that? I thought the wind just, he caught his laces on something, you know. Over you go, mate. Rubbish. What we got to do is keep going. And we got a hell of a challenge. You look at our next few games. We haven't done anything, right? We haven't done anything. But what I will do is give the lads massive credit for how well I think they're gelling and working and taking on the information that I want them to be, to become the people that I want them to become. And I want to put something in place that I'm proud of, and I'm certainly doing that right now. I am very, very proud of Swindon Town Football Club.
thank you and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
How big of a role does the fact you play Salford twice play in the planning thing? Like, do you have to think of maybe different plans to beat them in the 2 games?
No. No, we looked at how they beat us last time. Thought we had a bad start. Thought they scored a brilliant goal, but there was a weakness there. My back line wasn't as well organised and well drilled as it is now. And we changed in that second half to put an extra man in midfield because that's what they did. And I thought we had much the better of the second half. But unfortunately, they caught us cold in the first half. Scored 2 goals. The second one, first one was brilliant. The second one, we had it. Snowy went forward when we didn't have it totally locked down, left his man, and he scored from that. So, and the winning goal, Will could have cleared. He slipped over, tried to keep it in after we got back to it. And to me, there was only one team going to win that, but well done to them. They actually beat us in the last. It must have felt great. And overall, they had a big period of the first half. They were much better than us. So, you know, so we've got to try and look at that, not let that happen again, and look at who they've added, look at how good they are. And we got one hell of a great game on our hands on Saturday. So I want our fans to come along in their droves. Anybody who haven't seen us for a while, please come along. Please get a ticket, please. Because the more of you there are, the bigger we're getting. You only got to look at the progress that Bradford have made. I said this the other day, well done to them, completely insane. And I think it's their huge numbers. And I think our crowd helped our team. They didn't start moaning when we were getting outplayed the other evening. And the lads were strong enough to come through that with 2 brand newbies in there as well, Aidan and Michael. And by the end of it, we looked pretty comfortable. Yes, they had the ball. Yes, they moved it well. But I was really delighted with that. So we're going to have to do this again, and we're going to have to overcome all sorts of trials and tribulations and goals that we didn't want to let in that have gone in. And as long as they don't knock you, and as long as you keep building, and as long as you feel safe in the work rate that you've got, and in the way that you apply yourself, in the way that you want to win, I see that as a bonus. I see that as fundamental in your building of things. I see strength of wanting to win in my group, and I prize that. Right? I prize that. You didn't see us fall over and get a penalty the other day, did you? Over you go. We start and stay on our feet. We try and do things properly. Right? So I'm really proud of my team. And if anyone's going to beat us, they'll have to really beat us, because we're not going to stop. I'm going to throw the kitchen sink at everything with the bits that I'm adding now, like I did last year. So if you're in front against us, you better watch out. We let 2 goals in over the pit. I think that's 3 now. And I've never seen it before. That cost us 6 points. Because we couldn't come back and win a game like we did last year. So, wow. Everything's going on. Everything.
opportunity does that become for the people who want to be in Finley Munro's position, because they've got so many chances to prove to you that should be there?
You only got to look at what we've done for Finley. I thank my lads for what we've managed to do for Finley. When he went out on loan last year to Spain, he felt a bit lost. He had the same ability that he had, because I saw it in his clips, but we've managed to get that out of him as a young man. The crowd loved him because it was going so well, but it was my group that brought him out of himself. And if you're a young man in there with those senior ones now, you're a lucky fella, because they're going to support you, they're going to be strong, they're going to help you, they're going to be telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, in a constructive way. Whereas last year, awful. I said they were better players and they had some problems. That was the problem. We had a blame culture last year where we'd leave, obviously someone who's made that mistake, let our fans slaughter him. Miguel Freckleton. Look how he played at the end of the year when the group surrounded him and helped him. And the fans actually gave him some, oh, well done, mate, because he isn't ours. I want our fans to hear what I'm saying here. I'm going to fight until I die for you. And I want you to do that for every one of my players. And that makes us one hell of a club. But don't rip out someone's seats and throw it at someone. You pillock. I'm not having that. Right? So I think that's right, and I'm going to say it. Right? I'm really proud of my club at the moment. I'm proud of our away support the other evening. I'm proud of the way the lads didn't fold. They were really good. They played some proper football around us, probably better than Bolton did, but we managed to deal with that and come out on top at the end. We scored one more goal than they did. And that's all we got to try and do from now till the end of the season. And is it going to be hard? Absolutely. Can I guarantee it? No, I can't. But I'm going to guarantee the fight that we've got, the togetherness that we've got, no matter what anyone tries to do to us, whatever they want to try and do to us. All the best.